Yo, welcome back to the Nerds and Glasses podcast, your #1 gaming podcast on YouTube. I'm Knowledge. I'm joined by my partner in crime.
I'm Javi. Holy shit! Last week we didn't have time.
It was crazy last week. It was crazy.
And what's crazier is this week is going to be even worse.
This week is the official beginning to gaming season is back. Spring gaming season is here. I don't remember last spring being this crazy.
I barely started last spring.
I'm just saying as a gamer.
No, I know
yeah.
exactly. I don't remember. I mean, I did what around March. I did fucking South Park, I think.
Yeah, I think that was it. That was like really the only kind of big release last spring. This March 17th. March 17th.
The worst day of my life.
This coming week. March 17th, so we're going to do a little game roundup, games that are coming out. The first one, which was a surprise, that was supposed to come out on March 17th, but actually came out a week earlier.
We didn't even realize it. So
yeah.
I was like, dude, Devil May Cry's out.
Yeah.
And we're like,
what?
I can buy it right now. Look, like, we were looking up something. I bought the Evil Within.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, Mike, is it only on the Xbox, or is it only digital you can buy it right now?
Yeah.
You're like, what? DMC.
Yeah.
And then we're like, what the fuck?
I saw a tweet about it from Major.
Oh, that's right.
From Major Nelson.
But you didn't even think about it. Like,
yeah, I was
you're just like
what?
Early pre-order or something, preload or some shit.
Seemed like it was wrong. I think that's crazy that they actually they released it a week early. That never happened.
And it's crazy because this is a game that fan-wise it wasn't super well. The game got what, 8?
I mean, critically, yeah, did good. It got like 8s and 8.5s.
Yeah.
I don't think not 9s.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that they remastered it. They fixed a lot of the things people said they had a problem with, which is really cool. Like there was a lot of like Ninja Theory, right?
Yeah.
They seemed like just from the way the game was, not that they don't care what fans think, but like with that whole joke with the Dante hair thing, I was just like, they probably won't do that much, but they actually listened, which was pretty awesome.
So yeah, if you don't know what we're referring to overall, Devil May Cry, which came out in 2013, was like not a reboot, but kind of a reimagining.
It was kind of like a reboot of the kind of like the Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
it was a reboot, but its own identity, kind of like.
Yeah, it was because it was different.
It was very different.
It was very different, and honestly, and it's so dumb about like fanboyism, because the game is good in my opinion, and I think anybody who plays it who's never played a Devil May Cry game would be like, wow, this is a really good game. But the one thing that people really hated was his hair. Obviously it was his attitude too. They didn't really like his kind of
that's like the first spark.
Yeah, I mean, but really it's just the hair. So Dante's hair in all the original Devil May Cry is always white.
A little bit like medium length white.
White, and now in this one it was like short and black.
Kind of like that punk rock style.
Yeah, and then people were like, "Oh, fuck that! I hate this motherfucking game. This is the worst game in the world." And you're just like, "Wait a minute, this is a good game, bro."
Dude, I love that game.
Yeah, and then so they actually did the definitive. Well, of course, they're doing definitive edition for fucking like goddamn Wii Sports definitive edition. Like they're doing it for everything, but this was really welcome, and plus it was actually really cheap too, because it was 40 bucks. Usually they've been 50,
even sometimes even 60. Like
I seen 50 retail, so even cheaper. Plus you get the DLCs, which are you get like Virgil's Downfall, and I forgot what the name of the other one is. But,
the Bloody Palace, I believe.
Yeah,
but
or no, I forgot. Whatever, but like you get the DLCs.
You get pretty much everything that was available for the game.
Yeah, and it actually is funny because it rated higher. The definitive edition rated higher than the original.
Yeah, some of the cool things they added were lock on that the other game didn't have. They put it to 1080 60 frames.
Yeah,
and then
1080 60 frames, baby.
And they have a turbo mode.
Okay,
which
so what is that,
speeds
like,
up the game 20%.
As far as like speed, or just like the way you beat it?
I haven't tried it myself. But I believe just combat in general, not the actual. But I haven't tried it yet. But I was like, that's cool.
That's crazy.
Because the game is very fluid and sometimes does seem kind of slow pace, like especially in the very beginning, because you don't have any of your like all your weapons, so it's very slow pace. You know, just this like these 2 combos you can really do.
Kind of like it's just like a basic hack and slash.
Yeah.
It's a thing going on.
And then later on, of course, you get like you can do these crazy combos with strings and stuff. So I can only imagine what it would do with the 20% speed.
Yeah, that would be super fast. Oh damn, that should make it. Well, but then toward the end, it probably get really crazy too, where you're just like just flying around.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be good. We're definitely gonna do a game movie on that. We're just gonna take our time because there's a lot of other shit coming out.
Yeah.
So speaking of other shit, let's just list them off. Then we'll talk about some of them.
Let's talk about I guess probably the biggest one is gonna be Battlefield.
Battlefield Hardline, yeah. But let's just list off real quick. Battlefield Hardline, Final Fantasy Type 0, which is a remake of a PSP game. Or is it Vita? I think PSP.
I don't remember, to be honest. I kind of stopped.
Yeah, it wasn't, but it's not a main console Final Fantasy, but really popular.
And it's going to have the what is it, the preview. Fuck, can't think of
demo. It's a demo for Final Fantasy 15, which everyone wants to play.
Borderlands, the Tales of Borderlands has episode 2 coming out.
Episode 2. The one that got delayed but was going to come out was Life is Strange. But that one got delayed episode 2 got delayed by 1 week. So that's coming out the week after.
Mario Party 10.
Mario Party 10 and MPX.
MKX.
or MP, trying to be cool like Mortal Kombat, MKX. What else?
Resident Evil.
The last episode. Yeah, the last episode of Revelation. So there's like a lot of episodes coming out.
I'm busy next week.
Yeah, this
week. I mean, like,
yeah, you're
I'm gonna be busy
really
till next week.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna have a lot of stuff on your plate, and that's already, like we said, Definitive Edition was released a week earlier, probably because this was just so stacked this week.
Next week, which is still in March, is the Hanson Collection.
Yeah, the Borderlands Hanson Collection, which includes Part 2,
all the DLC,
all future DLC for
pre-sequel
and pre-sequel. It doesn't have Part 1 though, which I think is bullshit. Hobby makes excuses for them, but it's bullshit.
I'm a fan of the game, but no, they should have it. Though that's probably the one I played the least.
Yeah,
total time wise.
Yeah, I know everybody says Part 2 is like the best one, way better. And then Bloodborne.
Oh, Bloodborne.
Dude, it's just stacked. And then next month we have a bunch of more episodes coming out, plus Mortal Kombat X, which is gonna be fucking huge.
I think we should talk about Mortal Kombat X for a little bit.
Wait until we're gonna talk real quick. We'll get to
I want to talk about it.
Okay, yeah, we'll get right after this. So, Battlefield Hardline.
Oh, okay, we are.
Okay, just a little quick on the game. We played it already. The story is actually the best, in my opinion, the best story they've had so far.
Okay.
It really is. This whole kind of they make it out to be cops and robbers. I think that's more of a multiplayer game thing, but this is about cops, and it actually is a lot better than like because the Battlefield 4 story was whatever. Part 3 was whatever. It's kind of, I think it's funny. I never thought it always gonna happen, but I never thought it would happen when you get tired of like the world trotting army and elite group.
You know what's funny though? Like, for Call of Duty, everyone complains about the story.
Yeah.
I've actually played some of their stories. I've never played actually I played Battlefield Bad Company.
Yeah.
That's the only one I played story wise. Haven't played one after.
Yeah, and Bad Company is different too.
Yeah, Bad Company felt different.
Yeah, it was way different than the main series. And then Hardline, a lot of people consider Hardline like a DLC for Battlefield 4. Kind of how people consider Assassin's Creed Rogue just kind of like a Assassin's Creed 4 DLC.
Yeah,
you know,
it definitely. I mean, it doesn't look like they changed much.
Yeah, it looks like it's running off the exact same engine, just with a different story, new stuff for multiplayer. Which I'm not gonna say it's fine, but it does feel different. And the single player, I think, was enjoyable. I think you guys will enjoy it. And they did a cool again. And we talked about this 2 weeks ago about these episodes taking over. This game is built in episodes within the game. So like, there's actually 10 episodes each. Like 10 missions, but each mission is built as an episode. They're titled as episodes, and then each mission has a really concrete beginning and ending.
They're making our job easier.
Yeah, they are. Like, and actually, if you back out of the game, like let's say you quit mid mission, it'll give you a next time on, and then it'll give you like a little 30-second clip about what's gonna happen
in the middle of the mission.
Yeah,
that's sick.
And when you come back to the game, it'll say last time on, previously
awesome.
on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they summarize. So it was like, wow, they really this episode thing is really catching on. GOP TV. But yeah, I think you guys will enjoy the story. Online is just gonna be the same, but guaranteed. It's Battlefield 4. Final Fantasy Type 0 is another big one. I think people are expecting, obviously not like Final Fantasy 15.
I want to say a lot of people probably don't know hasn't been already made.
Yeah,
like a lot of people are gonna look at it as a new Final Fantasy game, which will, I think, draw a lot of attention to it.
Honestly, I had never heard of it until
I'm sure there's a big fan base for it, but like I said, I'm pretty sure people are gonna go to the store, see it, and be like, "Oh, Final Fantasy." They might not realize that it was on. I forgot.
Yeah, either PSP or PS Vita.
It was on the handheld.
Yeah, and I think it was a lot more Japanese oriented market for that game. And I think now with the remastering, it's gonna be on the Xbox One and the PS4,
which is awesome.
Which is awesome. So more options for people. But other than that, bunch of episodes coming out. Revelations should be cool. Revelations has been really good so far, and the story just the third episode leaves such a cliffhanger. You're like, no, you don't want it to end. So this
even what's it called? What was the game I played? Evil Within had the episode for the DLC, kind of.
Yeah, they did too. Yeah, because last week the Assignment came out, which was the first DLC for the Evil Within, but it's one part of a 2-part DLC,
and it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't get to kill anything. There's no guns, so that kind of like
he's all stealth.
It was all stealth, which I didn't do any of. I was just like, just
run right through it. I'm not doing this stupid stealth shit. Yeah. But yeah, they made that one part out of 2 parts. That's I don't know. I don't like. I get mad at cliffhangers, but not like some people. Like for some people, a cliffhanger will ruin an experience. For me, I get pumped up. Like when Halo 2 ended, and it was a cliffhanger. I was like, oh, they're so fucking smart. I can't wait to play part 3. And then of course, there's a whole other. I don't know, what type of person are you? Like, I mean, what type of person are you? Or do you get mad at cliffhangers, or do you get pumped up for the next?
As long as it finishes the right way. Because luckily for me, I haven't played a game where like it leaves you with a bad cliffhanger. It's like, why the fuck did it end there?
Yeah.
You know, like I've luckily had all the Telltale games, and they end pretty, in a good spot, kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So luckily, I haven't had to deal with like bad cliffhangers, but I'm sure like I've read just like, why the fuck did it end like that?
But I think people are, for the most part, just hate. I mean, if it's not a full game experience, then yes, I'm gonna be mad.
But but I like them.
Yeah, it's like the Order ended in a cliffhanger, and it's like, okay, what the fuck? The game's over. Like
it's 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours, and they still have a cliffhanger. Like, what the fuck? The eye can only process 5 hours of gameplay.
I wonder, like, so you know how Destiny they were talking shit.
Yeah.
So I wonder how this game is doing then, because like, at least Destiny has the fucking multiplayer.
I know. At least you can keep playing and do shit. Yeah, you're right. That's another cliffhanger that doesn't feel like a full game experience unless you play multiplayer. You enjoy that. Okay, Mortal Kombat. A lot of news came out this past week.
The first thing I want to talk about is just the Cage family reunion or whatever it was that they had.
There was a cool little trailer they had.
I love the way the characters look.
Yeah.
Like, we were talking about it last week, how the characters aren't so... the female characters aren't so...
like sexualized, over-sexualized.
I remember Sonya's always had her zipper like down below her breast.
Yeah,
you know, and showing that cleavage.
Yeah.
I felt it felt so much more professional seeing her, just completely covered up like a soldier, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And Casey.
And Casey,
and Casey Cage.
Yeah.
So
and that was really, and then I don't know, I really like the dad look for Johnny.
Yeah, yeah.
He's still trying to be himself.
Yeah.
But he can't get it. Like, he's a dad now. You can just completely tell.
He's just like an older dude.
Yeah, but he can still kick so much ass, dude.
The gameplay. I mean, we've seen gameplay, but it just looks so good. Dude.
Yeah, like it's. I don't know why, but I almost like their fighting style more, because even though they have some of them like Johnny has the fireball and that like energy kick kind of thing.
Yeah.
Their gameplay is kind of different from like the other characters that have a lot of like special like things that they throw at you. Kind of it looks like, and their fighting just looks so fluid.
Yeah.
Especially I think it was Sonya who was like grabbing people out of the air and shit.
Fucking breaking people's backs.
That shit looks sick.
Super. The game was really fast paced, dude, and can't wait to play it. But I really enjoy. I hadn't seen the Johnny Cage one, and I love when they really bring out the personality from Johnny Cage, which they do a lot of times, but sometimes they kind of put it in the back burner. But like, he's such a good main character. Like, he's so much more enjoyable than Liu Kang. Like, Liu Kang is a fucking dead weight.
Just like when they introduced, because you know they did the Cage family, and then they had Sonya and Johnny talking to each other.
Yeah.
But when I liked when they like actually showed like when Johnny's Cage names came out and they had a freeze pose, his smirk just told everything. Like, that's so good.
The way they ended the trailer too was awesome. Where it's like
Scorpion's getting ripped open.
He's fucking ripping open Scorpion from the inside, and then he splits it open, he peeks his head in, and then you see the camera angle from the other side, and he's like, here's Johnny.
Did you see his fucking his knuckle dusters?
Yeah, he has super
like, wow.
Oh fuck.
Fucking dad jokes. Like I can't wait for like all the dad jokes.
Daddy Cage.
It's so good.
But other announcements on the MK front, some we haven't talked about it because we haven't talked about it much. But first was pre-order. You get Goro if you pre-order.
Big forearm guy.
Everybody knows Goro. He was the second to last boss on the original Mortal Kombat. Really super popular, just like because he just seems so unbeatable.
And then how can we Friday the 13th?
Yeah.
They announced Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Which I forgot which. I think it was 9 had.
Freddy,
which is cool. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the
oh, you're a sucker, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like them, but I don't like.
You already said your piece, bro.
But Jason Voorhees is in it, and
I like Freddy more than Jason.
Oh, I like
personally.
Jason more than I like Freddy, just because I don't like having nightmares, and it kind of like it's just like he seems so much like Freddy seems so much. And then you have but this guy was just this unstoppable force that no matter what, he didn't stop. But they didn't show any gameplay. They just showed him. He looks cool.
Yeah, I like this character model. Yeah, they did a little teaser. He's right. And it was just they just showed him like coming out of the darkness into
like
the
he
light.
always is.
Yeah, and he's just like big, bulky.
I'm really going to be interested in how he moves because he's a very slow moving person. He's like the tortoise. Like doesn't matter where you go, he will eventually slowly but surely corner you.
I never understood how people run
away.
Of course, they all trip over themselves.
I'm sure if they were to go to the Jason Voorhees, he's like out of breath running after them.
Oh, they should do like a little funny thing about that. Oh, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Because I mean that's the only way he would ever catch up to him. Fucking running his hearts out, but always purposely just out of sight.
Yeah.
But just far enough so he can so they don't hear his.
Oh yeah. That'd be fucking stupid. No, but I was thinking they should do because literally in any Jason movie, when somebody's running away from Jason, they fucking trip, fall over. They should do like Smash Brothers shit where you just randomly fall over when you're fighting against fucking Jason. You just tip over. You're like, oh fuck,
you're fucked.
Gets a couple free hits in.
So he is one of 4.
Yeah,
DLC characters that you can buy for the combat pack.
Yeah, the other 3 haven't been announced though. They said 2 of them was going to be classic characters, and
which people are already speculating, which is awesome.
Yeah,
it's always cool to speculate on who's going to be next.
Yeah, who knows? Because the thing is, we don't even know what the full roster is. They keep revealing more and more things every day.
Yeah, they during each reveal they have characters in the game that they haven't revealed yet, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Little tangent on that. It's just I've talked about this before. I'm I saw the trailer for MK, and then that was it. That's all I needed to see. And they keep literally almost. I feel like almost every day there's a new video the brutality for blah blah blah, the fatality. I'm not even watching any of it. I'm You don't have to show me anything. Are you sold? You sold your product already.
And the video.
Yeah,
that's all I needed.
Yeah.
You don't need to spend any more money.
You can stop promoting now. Already pre-ordered and bought. Don't worry about it. Like, but yeah, I'm numb to it. Which a lot of games do. They do this super big marketing push. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a huge game. It's a huge franchise. Everybody loves it. Like.
Yeah, and so there's going to be 2 classic and then 1 special, another special guest.
Yeah, and who knows? You know what? Because I remember, was it 9 that they did Kratos in one of the games, but because remember they used to do it based on which console,
right?
You know what I mean? Like I forgot if they had Spawn. I know they wanted to have that was a Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur, which also did I remember and I loved when they did that because they give you a different incentive to buy it from a different console. I don't mind when they do that because it like I remember in Soul Calibur they did Link for Nintendo.
Yes.
They did Cloud. I think it was Cloud Strife for PlayStation.
Oh, I don't know.
It was a Final Fantasy character. I forgot which one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
I really don't remember.
And then I think for Xbox it was Spawn.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know who they would do, what extra character they would do. I don't know. Imagine like something really random like fucking Nathan Drake in Mortal Kombat. Yeah. Like,
I was thinking they can just I mean, it's still part of their game, so it wouldn't be so crazy. But like Batman or something.
Yeah.
And like he wouldn't kill the person as a fatality. He would just like drop him, like go up in the air and just like with his grappling hook and just drop them like in the movie.
Yeah.
Break their fucking legs.
Where is she?
And just drop them.
It'd be funny if they did that. It's like who? Like, just drops them. Just like, what are you talking about? Yeah. And you could have some nice friendships and like brutalities. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I think like it kind of it would be if there wasn't any MK versus DC already. It'd be like really sick to have a DC character. Now it to me it lost a little of its like kind of like
that's right. Yeah,
a little of its oomph factor.
Yeah, shit. Like the thing is like I almost feel that Injustice was so good that it kind of like. It didn't completely cover it over, but they did such a good job of Injustice that I think they can maybe risk it again. Yeah, Yeah. But then again, I wouldn't know which character to put because you can't really put any of the main characters because it would just be kind of weird for them to be in it.
Yeah, I mean it'd be fine if they had any one of them because you'll love the character. All the Injustice characters, even the side characters, were interesting. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how they would be with their characters being ripped open.
Yeah.
Like Superman getting like torn apart. Like I don't know, they would like.
How is that possible? See, the thing that's funny about you is that you worry about how it ties into actual stories. Like, wait a minute, they can't tear apart Superman. Like that's not.
Well, no, I mean, I didn't mean it actually. Like, I wouldn't mind if they actually like, okay, yeah, he can get whatever. But I just don't think anyone would want to see it. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, yeah,
even in Injustice, when Joker fucking lights someone on fire, they don't show it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it'd be something like that they don't want to show their character
for that brand.
Yeah, getting ripped open.
Well, the reason I say you're that way is because you immediately thought, well, like Batman can't kill anybody. That's true. Not because they don't want to just like.
But no, it's Batman. Though.
That's part of his moral code. He cannot kill anybody, Mike. All right, like, do you understand me? Like,
I understand.
I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, why can't he just kill people?
He can't. I don't know why. He just can't.
That's the one rule that he will not break. Yeah, I don't know. If they do like a PlayStation and Xbox thing, yeah, they would never put Master Chief. I guess I don't. Fuck it. But that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And. No, they had a Spartan in Soul Calibur.
Was it?
That's what it was.
And then Spawn was in PlayStation.
Yeah, probably because they had a Spartan, but it wasn't Master Chief. It was like Kelly or Linda.
See, I didn't have the first generation Xbox, so I didn't even know.
Yeah, dude. Now I remember. I was like, yeah, it was a Spartan. No, but they did have Spawn. This is a side tangent, but it's because they did part 2 and then part 3 and 4, I believe, because I remember they also had Yoda,
Star Killer, Invader.
Yeah, and those were different.
I think Vader and Yoda were
and different consoles.
And then Starkiller was in both.
Okay.
I want to say, I'm not 100% sure.
I didn't know that.
I want to, because I remember both characters. Like, I remember those 3 characters in the game for some reason.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't play that game extensively, but I played pretty sure it was part 2 the most. Maybe I played part 3 some too, but not part 4. I don't remember part 4 too. I'm pretty sure that's the one that had Yoda and stuff, but cool. But yeah, Mortal Kombat next month. Probably the
DLC.
A lot of DLC, dude. Yeah, definitely. We're talking about the DLC in general, just kind of like how fighting games
do it a lot.
And I think there were more conditions fighting games doing it than any other genre doing it. Yeah,
because I mean, they're so different from a lot of other games, you know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will buy an expand, like, you know, the characters just to play one of the characters that they want to play. They buy the whole other roster, you know.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just want to play this character.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, see, and that's right too, because I like that they do that. I wish other games like Call of Duty is like, I just want the gun. How much is it? You know, like, I don't want the map pack or something. Like, how much just for the gun? Like,
so you would like getting the speakeasy from the advanced character.
Yeah, and I'm thinking even more so like in Black Ops 2 when they released the Peacekeeper.
That was, I mean, I had for that game. I loved Black Ops 2. I just loved it. So I had bought the season pass.
Yeah, and I agree. I bought that specific DLC, but I was just like, what if I just wanted the gun? You know, maybe I didn't want. You know, why not? Like that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and like you said, fighting games you get the character.
Yeah,
so.
And I wonder because for fighting games they're always balancing, and they're doing the same thing for you know, Call of Duties.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know if it would feel the same, you know?
Yeah.
Because a gun isn't the same as a fight, like a character. Because you use the guns like use them all very similarly. Yeah, there you go. But each character, some of them are similar. Like, you know, they have the Shotos, Ken, Ryu, all those guys.
Akuma,
They're very similar, but they each have their own way to play them.
Yeah.
You could say that's similar for a gun, I could say, but it isn't the same. Like, I don't think it's the same kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, it is different. I mean, you're right. And then, yeah, because you whenever you get a new gun, you're like, oh, it's kind of like the MSMC, but, you know, like, you do think about it in those terms, but it's not exactly, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You know? Speaking of DLCs, let's jump off of this. More DLC. I thought this was kind of cool. Microsoft made DLC free for Titanfall. All the Titanfall DLCs forever. They used in quote forever will be free for everybody who owns Titanfall.
I already bought it for like $10.
It was, dude, they've been pushing this game so much. There's a lot going on to this. So first, I think the other part of this is that it was recently confirmed that Titanfall 2 will no longer be Microsoft exclusive.
Fine. I mean, they had first game. That was it.
Perfect. So what does that say? Well, it says a lot of things. It says, for one, they obviously didn't sell enough.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't sell enough in order for them to say, okay, we'll keep it exclusive to Microsoft. You know,
and that could have been a lot with, you know, Xbox One not selling very well in the beginning.
Yeah, and Titanfall wasn't good enough to be a console seller.
Yeah.
Plus, it was on PC. You know?
And like, just playing it now, though, I don't know. Because Advanced Warfare feels like what Titanfall should have been almost, you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it does. It feels faster. It feels... I don't know. You mean like in terms of how the movement is, or just in terms of how many like people play?
No, like the only thing, like just playing like... every time I play Advanced Warfare, I don't play it that much.
Yeah.
I don't like it a lot. I still play it very often though. But every time I go back to a different shooter, I'm always trying to like boost forward.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, that's true.
So good.
Yeah.
It feels so good to just be like,
yeah.
It feels so fast.
Dude, imagine Advanced Warfare with free running.
Yeah, like Titanfall maybe will have the boost.
Yeah. I don't see why not. I mean, they always they borrow ideas from each other.
It's not like, oh, you guys have fucking the rights to fucking boosting.
Yeah. You know? I know, right? Like, we patented boosting. You can't do it. And I mean, Halo has it in a smaller way. They have the thruster pack, but you can only do it once.
The crazy thing is, all those 3 games all have the same thing, which is the auto ledge get up.
Yeah.
Which is it looks
necessary.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
It looks exactly the same on all of them.
Yeah, and you absolutely need it.
Yeah.
You can take it off if you guys like.
Why the fuck would you take it off? It does get annoying sometimes when I don't want to get on the ledge, but the jump is the arc of the jump is just weird. Yeah. I'm like, God, fuck, I just want to get to this door. Yeah. Let me get through this door.
Yeah, that's true. That happens to me all the time. So it's like, what the fuck? That happens in Advanced Warfare so much. I'm just trying to jump through this window. And you just keep like, you
look like a fucking idiot everywhere. But like, I like, and you're so determined. Like, I don't care. I'm not going around. Yeah. I've already set my course. I'm going through this fucking window. No matter what.
Yeah. No matter how many times I jump on top of the roof before I get to the window. What the fuck? But yeah, I mean, Titanfall it was a letdown, obviously, because it didn't live up to what people thought it was.
And but it was so a good game now because of all the stuff they had. Dude,
it's a completely different.
If they would have had that off rip, it would have sold better.
Yeah, like if you guys haven't been on Titanfall recently, it has like a horde mode.
It had what, 4 in the beginning?
Yeah, it
4
had like
game modes, 5, 6.
It had, I believe it had 4 game modes, but one of them was like exactly the same as the other ones. It's just like a difference. I forgot what it was. They have
like 10.
Yeah, they have so many now, and then they have like that horde mode.
They have pilot versus pilot.
Yeah, they have all the fucking DLC maps now for free. You know, but even before that, you could buy them for cheap because
I bought it for $13.
The whole package, like. Because I bought the game when it came out. I bought this, and then I sold it back maybe like a month later. Not like I said, not that the game was bad. It's just that nobody was playing it. It just got boring. There was no ranks, and
games need ranks.
Yeah,
so bad.
Yeah, you really do. And they didn't have enough. They didn't have enough guns to keep you wanting. Like that's the thing about Call of Duty is that all bullshit aside, it's the RPG element is what people love about it. It's like they keep unlocking a new gun, a new gun, a new gun. By the time they unlock all the guns, it's time of prestige and they start over.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
and then you have to unlock every little thing for the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so tedious, but I mean,
people do it. It's that little grind about it, you know.
Fucking online MMO, like massive multiplayer. That's all they are. You get your weapons ready for this raid.
Yeah.
Get ready for the next one, which you have to get new weapons for.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love it. I do it all the time.
The only reason I love it in Call of Duty is because I enjoy the fucking game.
Yeah.
While I'm doing it, you know, like I enjoy the competition. But yeah, with Titanfall is
no competition.
Yeah.
Not that the people playing are bad. It's just there were so many bots. It was annoying.
Yeah. Even though after you played it a while, you could really just see where. Because, you know, everybody just started going to the rooftops. Because that's if you're smart, you're going to go to the rooftops.
Higher ground.
But still, it's just, I understand why the bots are there. I don't need you to, like, because there are so many people.
The maps are so huge. Just give us more ability to play with more people. That would solve the problem.
Yeah.
Why is it 6-on-6? I understand. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense, even though I completely understand it, which is the stupidest thing to say, you know? But
I'm not a retard.
It's just stupid. You know what I mean? Like
no, because the other thing that people really always try to kick to me was like, no, it's meant to be like a MOBA, like a farming. But shut the fuck up with that shit. Like, get the fuck. No, they put them in there not because they wanted to be like a MOBA. It's because they need more things on the map.
I wouldn't mind it if the maps were bigger and there was actually like kind of like little bosses throughout the game, like a MOBA, where you're like, you know, because there's little creatures and then there's like bigger bosses that somehow help your team. Like maybe you get like a supply drop or something. Yeah. That would have been cool. Yeah. But the maps were too big to be 6-on-6, but too small to be like a MOBA.
Yeah. It was just caught in like this weird gray area. But like I said, overall the game was fun. The Titans were fun.
I wouldn't mind that actually, a first-person MOBA like that.
That'd be sick, dude. That'd be fucking sick.
Where you have to like go to the enemy base and like make them spawn. Like, that'd be sick. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, but yeah, so Titanfall 2 on different consoles, I expect a lot more. Just like I expect there has to be a campaign. Campaign is crucial, man. It's
Evolve. Sorry.
Yeah, Evolve, dude. Like that's another one where it's just like if they had a campaign, it'd be a halfway decent game. Like it's a halfway decent game. It'd be a really good game.
It's a very good game. It's just
there's no content. There's nothing
like,
there.
I don't know what I'm gonna play.
Yeah,
it's exactly the same thing with Titanfall. When we first started, we're like, how long are we gonna play this? Like, I feel like we're gonna give it up in like less than a week.
I was enjoying it at first a lot, and I thought I was gonna play it a long time because the beta. I thought the beta was giving you just kind of like a taste,
just like Destiny did.
Yeah, you're like, I'm like, okay, we have like 5 guns. There's gonna be like 30 guns, you know, like there's gonna be like 10 Titans. Don't worry about it. And then when the game came out, there's like, oh, there's 6 guns. Like,
yeah,
you know,
Destiny.
like,
there's gonna be more maps. Don't worry about it. These places are gonna be unlocked.
Yeah.
No.
No. The story is just gonna when you start. That's how every RPG is.
That's only an eighth of the story.
Oh, yeah.
It was almost the whole story.
Yeah, we had half of the story in the beta. Shit.
But yeah, so it's cool if you have the base game, go ahead and download the DLC. Well, I've been playing it actually recently just because it feels like there's gonna be more people on it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be cool to jump back on it. But another interesting thing of a game that's kind of like not coming back, but kind of like trying to do something else.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon 2. It's a standalone DLC they're coming out with. It's I don't know if it's called Furious 7 or
no, it's called Fast and Furious. Okay. Yeah,
so
Fast
it's
and
called
Furious.
Forza 2 Horizon presents Fast and Furious.
Awesome, love it.
Yeah.
Saw the video, saw the article. I thought it was the coolest idea, although it doesn't seem as in depth as you would think.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like your typical like they're not just trying to make the game like the movie game.
Yeah,
like they're just
doing like a little add-on. But the cool stuff about this was 2 things. One thing is that it's standalone, and so free. you don't need the base game. And the second thing, like you just
it's
said,
free for a month or something.
Yeah, it's free. I think for like 2-3 weeks. It starts free on March 27th, and then I think like April 10th
or 14th, I believe.
One of those days, like in like April 10th, you can't download it anymore. I mean, like you have to pay for it. But it's only $10. It's not even that much. Mm-hmm. But what you're gonna get is a lot of the classic cars on the Fast and Furious.
It's 7, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
that's why the Furious 7.
Yeah, so you get all these cars from the franchise, not only like the new one, but from the whole franchise.
Right.
And there'll be a little story strand.
Yeah, I believe you're a French. No, you're a driver in France that works with Tej, which is Ludacris's character.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah. And I think it's just a simple story that it's supposed to take place before the new movie,
right?
And I think all you're doing is getting cars for the movie, you know. So it should be fun if you like Forza Horizon, you know, and if you like if you love the series and you love cars, you know Forza's super in depth with his cars. Yeah. You know, you weren't too impressed with the graphics stuff.
I don't know. It must have been just, I don't know what it was. It just didn't look that good.
I think your glasses were dirty.
They were dirty when I was watching it. I just don't know. It was just like, because I've seen Forza and they look amazing. For some reason, I didn't get that with that.
Yeah. But maybe they captured it on the 360 instead of the one or something. I don't know.
But it just looked a little bit off to me.
Yeah. I saw Forza Horizon like one of the best looking car games I've ever fucking seen. So this one should be exactly the same.
Right,
They're using all the same textures and elements and all the assets from the game.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it must have just been like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I just didn't look at it right because I only saw the video once. So.
Yeah, but this made me think I'd never seen this before. Like, Forza Horizon 2 presents Fast and Furious. So my thought was,
because it's not your like just game out of a movie or movie made into a game.
Yeah, it's like we're using this base game to tell this story. Well, not really, and this is not much of a story, but still, like that's the kind of strand I'm going through. Because then I thought, man, what game franchise would you love to present like a movie franchise? The one that I thought of right away and I thought would be fucking awesome would be Dragon Age presents, or you could say even Inquisition because that's the latest one. Dragon Age Inquisition presents, and then like some fantasy, you know.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. That'd be sick.
Yeah. You had a better idea though that you thought.
I just thought of when you said Lord of the Rings, I was like Oblivion, like Elder Scrolls,
or Sky, or you think Oblivion is more, Skyrim is kind of more.
I want to say because the Oblivion just felt a little bit more similar to like how the Lord of the Rings is, which they're both very similar. Yeah, but I guess just Elder Scrolls in general too.
Yeah, or just Elder Scrolls Presents.
Yeah.
Fucking
that'd be sick,
dude. That'd be fucking awesome. And I was just trying to think of other franchises. I would say God of War Presents, and then either like Wrath of the Titans, Clash of the Titans.
Okay, that'd be sick.
That'd be pretty cool. Like, I guess it's the same thing almost, but you know, or you like Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. With like the God of War engine.
Wow, so just Percy Jackson's dominating, like tearing people's skulls off. Okay.
He does. He's a beast.
I'm sorry, I've never.
He does in the books.
I never read him, so
not in the punk ass movie.
What about Medal of Honor? What movie can you think?
Saving Private Ryan.
That like the first scene, the first.
And which they pretty much did.
Yeah, they did.
I think it was the GameCube version. It was like
it was so good.
It's like Allied Assault. It's like, oh my god. I look at it now. I was like, what the fuck?
It's still amazing. I still love. I remember I used to play 1-on-1 with people all the time.
Yeah. On Medal of Honor. Yeah, dude, that game was so good. You know, I must have played that first mission like a million times. I beat the game maybe once. But like I would just love replaying that first mission because it really felt like you're in the movie. Even though it's not even the exact same thing, but it's just landing on the beach in Normandy in that same way they do in the movie.
All of them getting dominated.
Yeah. This one, the other one I thought of, doesn't make much sense because BioWare already did like Star Wars, but But I like Mass Effect Presents
Star
Wars, but it's the same thing.
Even Mass Effect is pretty much, you know, like
in a way, it is.
Like, you know, it's not exactly the same, but it's just like how Elder Scrolls is exactly fucking.
Yeah, it's just space fantasy, you know. But I mean, that one doesn't make sense because BioWare did Star Wars, you know. But I mean, it's not the same as Mass Effect though. I want it to have.
Of course. Yeah, no. I'm just saying they're very similar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But speaking of Star Wars,
there was, not a lot of news, but more just good news, I guess.
Yeah, they're just throwing tidbits out there.
I'm gonna say, I guess it is a lot of news, but not very detailed. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What is it?
So Star Wars, if you guys didn't know. The
seventh one.
Yeah,
episode 7.
Episode 7 is the one that they've been advertising. They also Disney bought Star Wars like 2 years ago.
They're buying everything, dude. Like,
yeah, they own Marvel too, right?
They own Marvel.
Yeah, they own everything. Whatever. Disney bought
everything worth owning. They own.
they bought like Lucas Arts, everything, and so they're gonna make the Star Wars. But then they also said that they're gonna make
a
standalone series and movies and stuff. One of them, the first one that they've announced is called Rogue One. Which we imagine is about, you know, Rogue Squad.
Right.
About the,
which, you know, I mean, that's really the only thing that you can think of coming to name right now.
Yeah.
They could go something completely different.
Yeah, like Rogue Squadron was like my favorite game on the GameCube too. This was really good.
Yeah, so who knows what they're gonna throw at us for that one.
But they've been announcing like directors and actors and shit.
They literally like announced, I guess, a crew that has been working for a couple movies already.
Yeah, what was it called? Let me see. Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson, okay.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce it.
I don't know if it's Rian or Red. They already hired him to be working on episode 8.
Yeah, he directed Looper, the Brick, I believe, and then the Brothers Bloom. Yeah. I don't know. I know Looper. That's the movie.
I've heard of Brothers Bloom, but Looper is the one that.
Yeah, and he has 2 producers with him that worked on those 3 movies as well as Don John.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're like a crew.
And they love Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Don John and Looper. That's what I thought. The first thing I thought of too. So that's cool. How do you feel about them using different directors instead of just using?
J.J. Abrams was directing the first one, right?
Yeah.
I really like him. I mean, it's kind of weird that he's doing Star Trek. Like, that's how good is that on a resume?
Yeah.
No matter how bad or good you think the movies are, he directed like a feature, actual, whatever, Star Trek and Star Wars movie.
And I thought both Star Treks were good.
Yeah,
although that's coming from a non
exactly
Star Trek.
So that's how I'm coming at it too. I don't know how the fans were set.
Because I think traditional fans did not like Star Trek that much. They thought it was just really a big rehash of all the old ones, which it pretty much is. Yeah. I know that, but I liked it. It was enjoyable.
I just think that's a crazy resume to have.
Yeah, dude. Dude, he can make any movie he wants.
I think he made was it Cloverfield also?
Yeah,
that one was good. And then he made was it Super 8?
Did he make Super 8?
I want to say it was him. I'm not. I can't
Super 8 is overrated. Although Super 8 is one of those movies that is the mystery of it kept me interested for a long time.
Super 8, not Cloverfield.
No, Super 8. Okay. Yeah, Super is You know what? The thing about Super 8 too was it had that same type of Cloverfield trailer that I was like, what is this? Because I don't know if you guys ever remember watching the Cloverfield trailer, but it was just so like people are at a party and it's like the camera, like the hand cam, and they're just having fun, and then they hear something and they're on the roof or something, and then like the head of the Statue of Liberty comes flying in. And then what they do is there's no name. There was no name. It wasn't like Cloverfield coming out. It was just like black screen.
They had the best like viral campaign I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I remember me and my friends actually, because that was around the time PlayStation got their you can use stop motion camera.
Yeah.
We actually made like a stop motion video of Cloverfield.
Oh my God! What world of it? Why haven't I never heard of this?
It was just me and my friends.
It's on your nerd resume, dude.
It was just me and my friends doing it. Like for some reason, we're just like, dude, let's direct a little movie.
Oh my God!
We're like, but yeah, I don't think it's on YouTube anymore. It was like a while ago, but
I'll find it.
But we spent so much time at one of my friends' house just looking up this backstory for Cloverfield. So this is a super tangent from what we're talking about.
Experts igniting some sort of interest. And Super 8 was the same way. I forget the specific trailer, but I remember it was something like you see the train coming and it crashes and you know it's something happened, but you don't know what it is, and then you're like, what the fuck? And then there was
nothing.
There was no name to it, and I was just like, after I got out the theater, I was like looking up on Google, just like, what the
there's
fuck?
Nothing.
And like that trailer where like the train crashes and like those are the best, dude. Yeah,
and it's crazy because some people like they don't like trailers that reveal too much.
Yeah,
and this is like, here's nothing.
Yeah, here's nothing, and nothing will always be more interesting than showing you everything. So. It's just like, it was a stupid example, just like girls. Like I like when girls, like I wouldn't want to just see a girl naked.
You want to leave it to the imagination.
Yeah, you kind of like want to see a sexy dress because then it's just like, oh my God, I wonder,
Even though you can see her naked, it's not the same effect.
Yeah, it's just not the same. I'm telling you. But yeah, how do you feel about the different directors though?
That's the thing. I mean,
because they did that for the other Star Wars.
Yeah, and
because George Lucas. He was smart enough to get a different director. He directed the first one, but he got different directors for the other two. And it's
usually not a problem.
Yeah.
It's just that I feel that sometimes, like, if it just might not feel the same as, like even just this one, it's like a completely different time period now that they're doing it at.
Yeah.
So like, it might not have the same feel.
Yeah.
Because even the prequel trilogy didn't have the same feel.
Yeah.
And but usually, I mean, different directors isn't too big of a problem.
Yeah.
Especially for a big franchise. For smaller franchises, it's usually a big problem.
Yeah. For this, it makes sense. They have to get the ball moving right away.
Yeah, it's not like J.J. Abrams can't be like. I mean, I'm sure he has other projects, but he can't just be directing like.
Yeah, he just he
like,
can't
can
be
you
a
imagine
machine.
if every single Marvel movie was directed by the same person? It would probably be the most cohesive movie ever.
Yeah,
which
franchise.
Almost already franchise. It already is really cohesive, but it would probably be more cohesive. It would just be a lot longer, so much more problems if the director wants to leave out early, which would cause more problems. So it's smart to get a different director, just because it kind of like doesn't put all the like the world on that one director's back.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I guess it's gonna depend on that was a good thing that you brought that up, was about the Marvel, because it is really cohesive, and I guess Disney was smart enough to be like, they probably have sit down meetings with important people and like, okay, we're gonna plan out this whole thing, which is
like
what
Pixar did. Like,
what did Pixar do?
They had planned out like the first 5 movies in one sitting. You know, like they had like a dinner or some shit.
Yeah,
like, I forgot what it was, dinner, but they had literally like planned out their like next 5 movies. Or like like they were ready for them
when they started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, like I don't think they had directors or anything, but they like, this is what we want to make.
Yeah, yeah. See, yeah, that's a more like primitive version of it, but it's the same idea. So I guess you can have faith with it on Star Wars because they already proved it with Marvel that they're doing it the right way. You know, everything's cohesive.
Yeah, even like what's it called, Guardians of the Galaxy, which hasn't tied in yet, was such a good movie on its own. Yeah, and I'm just waiting for them to tie them in. And
they all have this they all have that same quirky, funny,
they're all funny. Yeah,
funny feeling.
They're all almost more funny than serious.
Yeah, and then,
all of them.
And then obviously DC didn't
get the memo.
Yeah, I guess now they finally got the fucking memo, but their memo was delayed, you know, for a long time. But I think the problem with Star Wars, like we were talking about just a little earlier, is just that unified vision would be nice here, but I know that would be impossible because they're trying to really milk all the money they can.
I mean, they bought it for a lot of money to make them a lot of money.
Yeah, which is I understand.
Just the name alone is gonna sell.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna go watch them all,
exactly. Even if the first one's the worst piece of shit ever, you're gonna watch them all just to make just to be like,
maybe the next one's gonna be good. Like maybe this new director will change things. That's how I kept feeling about this. No, it won't. It won't. I think the problem for me was okay in the original trilogy. George Lucas did not direct. He directed A New Hope, but he did not direct Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. Right. But he was always there. Like he was really, really involved and shit. With the new trilogy, those just sucked, period. And he was involved, and I think it was just, I don't know, he just saw a different vision in it than the fans did. And then,
which is like, it's his work. Sorry,
it's his work, so it's his word stands. But
I wonder if it would have come out sooner than how long he waited, if it would have been received better.
The problem for me personally is just there's too much special effects.
Okay.
And that core problem made everything else worse. I know that kids who watched that main trilogy before they love it. Yeah. They were like, oh, I love it. You know, all my cousins, my littler cousins, are like, I love it.
There's a lot of like a really good action for them.
Yeah.
The fights are sick. You know, Darth Maul's a beast.
Well, Darth Maul is a beast.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm saying, I'm saying these are facts.
Yeah,
the movie wasn't good.
Yeah,
but these are facts within the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just making sure because Darth Maul
established on many.
Yeah, on many occasions that. Like it's one of those like you can't tell me Darth Maul is not a beast. It's like in Fanboys, it's like Han Solo is a bitch. Like, I don't know if you.
Excuse me?
What'd you say? Han Solo is a bitch?
Yeah.
Like, the fight breaks out.
He's a beast.
Yeah, fucking Darth Maul is a beast. But yeah, like for me, the core problem is that special effects, and I think that just compounded everything because they had good actors. Natalie Portman is an Academy Award-winning actress. Hayden Christensen is not a bad actor. I've seen him in other movies. I saw him in Life as a House, which he was good in. I saw him in I forgot what the name of this movie was. Something Glass, where he was a reporter who was making up stories.
Oh, okay, I didn't.
Really good movie, and he was good in it. They had good actors. Ewan McGregor, Liam Neeson. You know, they had good actors, but for some reason, either it was written really bad, which it probably was, but then it's like when I remember them seeing like a behind the scenes, and it's just like a all green screen. And they're like, yeah, it's kind of difficult when it's just, you can't even see your environment. You know, you can't get into the zone of acting.
Ian McKellen did a good job. And like a lot of theirs is green screen. Like I've seen a lot of backstage, like behind the scenes.
He's old and British, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. British people are like another superhuman level of acting, right?
Is Orlando Bloom British too?
Yes.
And Viggo?
No, Vigo's like German.
Oh, is he? Okay? So just Europeans are just like beasts at that?
Yes.
Like, they don't need the...
No, but Lord of the Rings... See, but Lord of the Rings had a lot of fucking... Like, they had a lot of on-set
No, they did. Stuff. Yeah, they did.
On location, on set.
Yeah, they did.
And the new series didn't. And the new series was not as good as the original.
Also, they stretch it out a lot, though. That's what.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of factors that go into it.
But I think it would have been better if they didn't stretch it out so much.
Yeah.
If they made it more core.
Maybe 2 movies.
One would have
been fun.
Even 2 seems like too much almost. But it would have been just the way they did is like they can't fit all, like they can't cut enough to make it to 1 movie. Like they would be cutting, like they wouldn't know what to cut.
Yeah, yeah, very true. So yeah, multiple directors could work. Just depends on the leadership. Not
I mean,
sure.
Disney's. I think they're smart enough to make sure they keep them on focus.
Yeah, and I wonder how they're gonna tie in the standalones. I wonder if some of them are gonna be prequels, if it's different stories being told. Like I've long argued this. If you guys have not played The Force Unleashed, the game is okay. It's not great, but the story is really fucking good.
Okay.
The Force Unleashed 2 sucks dick. Like The Force Unleashed 2 is terrible. The story was half-assed and nobody even. I don't even think it's considered canon, to be honest. But I know The Force Unleashed 1 was actually approved by George Lucas.
Okay. I haven't played the first. I played the second one for a year.
Yeah, and no, the first one is really good because it tells you the origins of the rebellion, and it's a real good way to tie in the first trilogy and the prequel trilogy. Like it takes place right in the middle. Like if they made a movie of that, that'd be an amazing movie. I think anybody who's played the game will argue that. Like, and Starkiller is a cool character.
And the second was, why do I have to kill Chewie?
Yeah. Stop. Don't.
Why? That was a stupid. Like, I mean, we did it, but I was like, really? Like,
yeah.
Why would they? I mean, I guess people wanted to see it. I guess somewhere.
But that was the alternate.
That was the alternate. Exactly.
That was the alternate universe where that didn't happen. That was just the alternate universe.
The whole game didn't happen.
Yeah. The whole game's not canon and shit. Yeah. Yo, we do a lot of shit in the alternate universe.
You kill Leia.
You kill Obi-Wan.
Oh, in the first one?
Yeah, you kill Obi-Wan and you convert Luke to the dark side in the first one.
What?
Yeah, but alternate universe that doesn't happen. And then see, that would have been cool for part 2 if they continued both storylines.
Yeah, but that would have been too much work.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have required them to be a good game making company.
Which for some reason they were for the first one.
Yeah. And the second one they just forgot. Yeah. They just rushed it. But yeah, a lot of news coming out from Star Wars. We're I don't know, just excited to see where it's gonna lead up to. I'm afraid that they're gonna suck. I didn't like the prequel trilogy. I know a lot of the younger people did because they love it.
And I think that's really who I want to say that's who these movies are gonna be for.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not the ones buying their. I mean, some of us are.
Yeah.
But we're not the ones going out to buy their toys.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Know? Merchandise. Yeah. That's what Disney lives off of.
Yeah, I mean, all these like, no matter how much they want to be for their fans, they need to be able to make the money.
Yeah.
And like, unfortunately, so many of the older Star Wars, so many of the original Star Wars fans are like, just older now. Like.
I forgot. Oh man, now you just got me thinking of. I forgot what franchise. I'm not gonna remember, so I'm not even gonna mention it now. But I was thinking of a franchise that thought of it did a really good job of growing up with his audience. Like Zelda hasn't done it really, but it doesn't need to. I guess it's timeless in a way. Mario, like I guess weren't we talking about like what franchises you would want to see in a darker tone? Yeah, we talked about that last podcast. I forgot what franchise it was. Anyways, yeah, Star Wars didn't grow up with his audience, I guess.
God damn it, Mike! I don't know.
Now you want to think of it? Yeah.
God.
If
we'll
you guys
type it in the comments.
Yeah, if you guys could think of it, think of a franchise that did a good job of growing up with his audience. But yeah, Javi makes a really good point, and it's to me the funniest part is going to be I was a kid when I first saw the original trilogy. I saw it in VHS. I mean, it'd been out already for like 10 years, like whatever. It's not like I was a kid when it came out, but all the kids who were like, let's say 8 to 14 when the new prequel trilogy came out, they love those. Now I want to see them be mad,
like the original fans of the prequel trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah. I want all them motherfuckers to be pissed off and just like, it's not like how it used to be when the Phantom Menace came.
They're gonna go to their dad like, I understand now.
Yeah, like, I get you, Dad. Like,
and they're just gonna cry and they just fucking cry.
I know they ruined it, son. They ruined it.
Yes, the like, what is it? Part 1, 2, and 3 were so good. No, part 4, like
part 4, 5, and 6 were good.
And then a whole new argument.
Yeah, dude, well, finally they can suffer as I have suffered. And on that note,
so you think it's like this is like for like the like 13 and under crowd?
Yeah, this is like fucking 5 to 13-year-olds, and then they're gonna love it. We're gonna be like lukewarm on it. I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. I have faith. I don't know.
I always go. All the movies I see, I always try to put my expectations as low as I can.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, for movies like this, like you can't put them super low.
Yeah. For me, it's not so much expectations putting them low. It's just having a positive attitude. That's what I try to do.
That's
personally. Yeah, I just try to be like, I'm gonna enjoy it. I just like it for what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us this week. We'll be back to the regular schedule. Sorry we did not post last week.
We cannot promise that this week.
No, next week we will be back with our next podcast. Thank you for joining us. I've been Knowledge.
I'm Javi, guys.
Peace.
Peace out.